Hi everyone, my name is Sienna. Welcome to my channel, and I have dated every kind of guy so that you don't have to. And today we are just going to go over some relationship advice from a Reddit story that I found. And today, oh my gosh, today the story is called "My boyfriend wants to move in together, but after we went on a trip, I don't want to. How do I tell him?" Okay. So, we have been together for 1 year, but have only spent 1 or 2 nights together continuously because we have busy schedules. My boyfriend wants me to move in with him as soon as possible, and I told him I would in a few months, but we went on a trip and I saw a different side of him that I hate. My boyfriend has this hurtful habit of making offensive jokes, specifically about appearance. I feel bad saying this, but my boyfriend is in no position to make comments about appearances. He's pretty overweight, but I don't care and have never mentioned it. He started making jokes about my arms being massive and like Popeye when I was getting ready for dinner. I got upset and started to cry. I felt so insecure. I'm very fit and muscular, and I'm always worried I look masculine, so it's a hurtful spot for me. When I started to cry, he walked out of the hotel and slammed the door behind him and said, "When you're ready, I'll be downstairs." We had a conversation where he told me he's pissed off that I'm upset, that I can't take a joke, and he's sick of having to watch everything he says around me. In the end, he promised he wouldn't comment negatively on my appearance anymore. 2 hours later, we are looking at photos, and he says, "Wow, your makeup was actually fucked up today." Oh my god. Oh, okay. I was already bothered by his behavior on the flight back home, or I was really bothered. It was only a 5 hour flight, but he was ordering so much food, leaving a mess everywhere. He left his AirPods in his suitcase in the overhead locker and expected me to get out and make a hassle and get them out for him. He wasn't even 100% sure they were in there. When I said I don't really feel like waking up the guy next to me to scramble looking for his AirPods, he rolled his eyes and turned his back to me. So it sounds like she was like in the middle seat and there's someone on the aisle seat and she would have had to reach over him to look in the suitcases. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that either. Um, Here's the real kicker. The flight attendant was giving clear instructions to please buckle seatbelts and turn phones on flight mode, but my boyfriend was blatantly ignoring her and trying to upload selfies on Instagram. I asked him if he could please listen to her and he completely flipped out and said, "Why do you have to piss me off all the time? You're not my mother. I'll do whatever I please. Don't tell me what to do." I was so embarrassed that he said that I was so embarrassed that he had said that in public, so I snapped back and said, "Well, stop acting like a child then." My boyfriend replies, "No, you are the child. You don't know anything." I just closed my eyes and tried to nap. I was holding back tears at this point. After 10 minutes, he tried to hold my hand and told me, "I love you. I'll always love you. My heart belongs to you." Throughout the trip, I just felt like everything was about what he wanted. On one of the days, I told him it's best if we do our own thing, to which he agreed. We were only apart for 8 hours, but he called me a few times asking what I was doing. When we met up again, he told me he missed me and was worried about me. He was thinking about me the whole time. For me, it was the complete opposite. Without him, I felt peace. Despite all of this, my boyfriend is always kissing me and cuddling me, telling me he loves me. And when I went home after we got back from the trip, he said he's so sad to go home without me and he wishes we lived together. But his behavior on this trip turned me off him completely. How do I tell him I don't want to move in? He's going to be hurt. I know it. Okay. Um, Alright. So just from that one story about their relationship, as a friend, if I was this person's friend, I would say, yeah, that's breakup worthy. I don't think you have to worry about moving in. I think you have to worry about how to tell him it, this is the end. Um yeah, that one's pretty straightforward, actually. I mean, why would you ever want to date somebody that makes fun of your appearance? Whether you're confident about how you look or not. You shouldn't want to date someone that's going to make fun of you, even if it's in a, like, I mean, maybe if it were in a joking way that you were a part of, like, you also liked joking about something about yourself, or like you had something about them that they liked you to joke about, and it was like back and forth. I could see it being okay, but as it is right now, I would say there's just no need for it. And the guy clearly isn't mature enough to be in a relationship to begin with, so why would you want to move in with him? Okay, we're back. My cat wanted back in. Anyway, she's asking for advice on how to tell them that they're not going to be moving in together. I would just skip that step and say, hey man, this isn't the relationship that I thought it was. The biggest thing there that tells me that is that she said being away from him made her feel at peace. I don't know if maybe this is like her first relationship and she's really just nervous about being alone again, or if they've been together for a long time and she's nervous about being alone again. But I would say at this point, being alone has proven to be better than being with this person. And a partner is supposed to add to your life, not take away from it. So, with that in mind, yeah, I would say feel free to give it a little more serious thought, but it seems pretty cut and dry to me. You already know that this is not what you want for the rest of your life, and it's just getting to that point of really nailing down that decision and saying, yeah, I can't do this anymore. And take it from me, I have almost always been the person doing the dumping, and it sucks so much to get to that point where you have to just do it. But once you do it and get it over with, you're going to feel so much better. Even if you don't have a backup plan, even if like you have to figure a bunch of other stuff out to feel comfortable again, you know, odds are you're not going to be friends with this person afterwards, and that's gonna suck. That's usually the part that people struggle the most with, is just being like, well, I'm not gonna have this friend anymore. I know I've been there, where like my partner was my only friend, and I was like, once I break up with this guy, I'm gonna have no friends, and it sucks, but I promise, being alone and just being happy by yourself is so much better than being miserable with someone else. And so yeah, that was a pretty simple one for today. Feel free to let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree? Should she break up with him, or should she just say she's not moving in? Should she move in anyway? I don't think so, but you're free to let me know if you think so in the comments. And if you don't feel like letting me know your opinion on that, feel free to leave an emoji. Let's go with a pink emoji in the comments. Any pink emoji that you like, just because that's my favorite color. Yeah, so thank you for watching if you made it this far, and I will talk to you next time. Bye! Hey.